we have to be a little bit skeptical at some of these advances. When we go to the supermarket and we see a fruit roll-up with a list of 20 chemicals in it, 20 chemical ingredients, we have to really say, is that fruit roll-up the same as eating an apple? Is that really fruit? Or is that clever marketing that's disguised as medical information? And some of it is just common sense, but it can be tricky. You see the wild salmon, you see the farm-raised salmon, and they look the same. Sometimes the farm-raised salmon even looks a little prettier, and it's certainly a lot cheaper. And you think, well, what's the big difference? Well, the big difference is that salmon are not supposed to eat corn. Salmon are supposed to be out there eating fish and plankton and so on. And when they do that in the wild, they produce a lot of fatty acids that are very beneficial to our health. Salmon that are being raised in sort of feedlots for salmon, farm-raised salmon that are being fed corn and processed things, aren't producing these fatty acids in the same levels. And so it's almost like eating a burger. So when the food can look very similar, but you have to look at not just what you're feeding yourself, but what the food you're eating is being fed. And you have to be a little bit of a medical detective and a food detective. You have to read labels, or even better, buy food that doesn't even have a label on it because it's straight from the earth, from the land, grown by someone's hand. And we have to be increasingly discerning and smart about the choices like that we make, because there is a lot of marketing that is masquerading as medical information, and a lot that pushes us in the direction of convenience. And you're so busy and this is really quick and easy, but you really get out of it what you put into it. And if your meal is something in a little frozen box that you put in another little box and you press a button and out it comes, you have to really wonder how much nourishment is there in something like that, as opposed to something that's been pulled off a tree or picked from the ground. There's really a significant difference there.